So I just received the boxes, and this is for my new packaging for my orders. And basically this has been in the works for a few months. I think I placed the order in December or something like that. And then there was like a lot of back and forth around like logo, sizing, material, style, box, etc. And then it took like a month and a half or something like that to get delivered here. So it's been a long time coming. I thought it'd be great to share what the boxes look like. I did take a peek yesterday. When I arrived, I actually drove back from Palm Springs yesterday. Our trip is over now, which is kind of sad. It's like a bittersweet moment, but it's definitely good to be back home. But I did have these when I got back home, so I did take a quick peek, although it was exhaustive. So I feel like I didn't really quite get a sense of the boxes. So there's 6 of these boxes that got shipped for a total of 500 pieces, which is a lot, but the manufacturer that I worked with for this, they had a minimum order requirement of 500 pieces. And if you don't know what minimum order requirement means, for certain vendors that you work with, they require you to like place an order for say 100 boxes or 200 boxes or 500 boxes for this example. And that's the only way that they will work with you. Otherwise they won't partner up with you. So some vendors, you know, can have quite a big requirement like this case. And truthfully, like I worked with them in the past, so I liked how they work. They're really easy to communicate with. They're based out of China. So that can be tricky sometimes with communicating, language barrier, etc. But she's like, this company I work with is like really responsive, and they would send me like videos, pictures, etc. for anything that I needed. All that being said, this time there was like a little bit of a hiccup working with them, miscommunication in terms of like the total pricing and shipping. But needless to say, we made it work and we got the boxes here. So I'm gonna actually do a little bit of unboxing, and I don't know if you can see this really great, but I do have, let me scoot back. I do have a box here, and in here are the new boxes for Miel Oro. And so I actually got boxes that are meant to fit for both like necklaces and rings and bracelets. They're really beautiful actually. The detail is, sounds kind of good too. The detail is actually quite nice, and I really do like them. Although some of the logos got like distorted. I noticed this with the one that I opened up yesterday, so I hope they're not all like this, but some of the logos got a little bit distorted on the printing process. But the box itself is absolutely beautiful. I definitely love the box, and like I said, and so it's like velvet on the inside, and it has like basically like a divot on the inside, which I think gives it like a more luxurious feeling. And then there's a velvet insert here. So there's like an insert for a ring and then also for a necklace. I think this will also work really well for earrings. And the little insert is actually removable. So, and then here, just basically velvet on the entire, matches like the front or the upside. And with that, sometimes I use like little pouches instead for certain pieces that you can't place into like an insert. So I can easily place those pouches in here and remove the insert, which is absolutely great. And then here's the insert. So there's like little slits up here for the necklace, and then the slit in the middle for the rings. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this because the previous boxes, let me show you guys actually. So I have actually multiple sizes for different products. So I have a long box that I use for like a herringbone chain that can't be like folded for a lot of necklaces. But I didn't have a box that was like the 4x5. I'll have to look into it, the exact measurements. I did not have, 4x4, or 4.5 by 4.5, something like that. I didn't have a box that size for items like bracelets, some necklaces, and then for rings. So I actually really needed this size box that actually fits with the packaging that goes for like the shipper box. So let me actually show you guys. And I actually had been way overdue for a new box because basically the small boxes that I've been using were from the very beginning of when I launched, and these boxes, needless to say, are not as pretty, and I didn't know what I was doing from a packaging standpoint, but I did like the printing that they did. So the printing they did a great job with, because it's not always very easy to get like a really well printed, like clear job the way that they did here. So they did do really well with that. I just didn't really like the material as much for this one. So here's the new box. Obviously it's a lot more luxurious, and then obviously it's like just a higher quality, more luxurious box. And then like the details on the inside, I don't know if you can really see, but there's like that divot and it's all velvet on the inside, and there's this beautiful little lining around as well, so way more beautiful. So I'm really excited, and let me actually show you the long box that I was talking about. So I use these for chain, like the herringbone chain that can't really be bent in. So I know it's from the same vendor, but I actually don't really like how this turned out, so I'm phasing that out now, and I'm just keeping it like a clean logo. But the inside of the box is also really beautifully done. It's also all velvet inside, and there's like these little straps to hold the necklaces in place. It also kind of has that similar divot and kind of like a drop down, I don't know how to explain, like a little lining and a divot into the box. So it just gives it a lot more of a luxurious feeling. So these are the new boxes, and I'm excited to start using the new boxes. I think this is really, really well done. So just wanted to show you guys what the new packaging looks like inside of the shipping box, and I'm super excited to get these out the door now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and appreciate you taking the time to learn a little bit about the packaging process.